Howdy, Earthlings! Well, it's nice to step outside and look up at the night sky. Some advanced prep can help you make the most of your stargazing. Let me tell you some of my tips and tricks for stargazing success. For me, stargazing starts with sitting at my computer. If I'm going to take the time to set up my telescope outside, I want to make sure I have clear skies. You can go to just about any weather website to get the temperature and general sky conditions, but I like going to the website for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The NOAA is a government agency that, among other things, studies the weather. Using satellites and environmental modeling, they generate accurate information regarding weather patterns, including precipitation, wind speed, and most importantly to stargazers, cloud cover. By going to graphical.weather.gov, you can view the NOAA's most up-to-date information regarding upcoming sky conditions. Click on Go to Region at the top left of the map to specify where you want to get data for, whether it's for a general region or a specific state. Larger states are broken up into multiple sections. Since I'm in Liberty Hill, I select Eastern Texas. The next page offers you a list of different weather conditions to check out, as well as a time frame for those weather conditions. By hovering over the links, you can see a graphical representation of those conditions. I like to click on the tab labeled Loops, select Sky Cover, then press the play button on the looping control. This gives a great visual representation of how cloudy or clear the skies may be in my area over the next few days. Of course, you can always just watch the news or your favorite weather app, but I'm a believer in the phrase knowledge is power, and the knowledge from the NOAA website helps me plan for the best stargazing opportunities. Knowing what you want to look at before you go outside is also a huge help. For example, if you want to look at the craters of the moon, you want to know when the moon will be at or close to full. Conversely, if you want to look for deep sky objects, you want to try to plan for a night and time when the moon is not out, reducing moonlight to help you see fainter objects. Most weather websites and apps will also have a moon phase calendar, but I like going to timeanddate.com. They don't just have moon phase calendars, they also offer other great stargazing information, such as what planets will be visible and when. If you don't know what you want to look at, astronomy apps are a great way to just wing it. I use Sky Safari Pro, not just because it has a wealth of information and an easy-to-use interface, but it can also connect to Celestron's NextStar SLT computerized telescopes. You can either hit the search icon and look for something specific, or you can scroll to the compass icon, which allows you to just hold your phone up to the sky and it'll show you what's up there in that general direction. It also allows you to adjust the date and time for what you're looking at, which makes planning for a future stargazing session more interesting and exciting. When planning your stargazing sessions, you need to make a big decision. Do you want to take pictures or not? I can tell you from experience, when you plan to take pictures, it can increase your setup time as well as your stress levels. If you just want to snap a few pics with your phone, there are some decent cell phone adapters for telescopes. On the positive side, setup is a lot quicker. The negative side is the frustration that comes with aligning your cell phone's camera with the eyepiece, especially if you have a phone with multiple cameras and you need to figure out which one will actually be taking the picture. You can get a DSLR adapter for your telescope as well. I have one for my Canon EOS DSLR, but between the focus on the telescope and the focus on the camera, it takes a long time for me to get a clear image. Also, the Canon EOS DSLR is somewhat bulky, which means I can't use it with my 90mm Maxitov Cassegrain telescope. It just pulls the back end of the telescope down. I like using my Celestron NexImage Color Burst camera. It just drops into the eyepiece of whatever telescope I want to use. The downside to this, though, is that it has to be connected to a computer. I have a laptop specifically for this purpose, but the iCap software for collecting the images takes a while to learn. Of course, you can never go wrong with just hauling your scope out to enjoy the night skies without capturing any images. just memories. So that's how I prepare for my stargazing sessions. I look for the nights with the least amount of cloud cover and get information on what the best objects to look at are. I usually start my setup while the sun is still up, making sure all my equipment is in the best spot without stuff like trees or power lines in my line of sight, so that I'm ready to go once the sun goes down and I have the entire night ahead of me to see what I can get a picture of. But how I do things isn't the only way, or even the best way. What works for me may be inconvenient for you. The best way to find out what works for you is to just get out there and give it a try. You may get out there and everything seems like it goes wrong and you've spent the entire night messing with your telescope instead of looking up, and you feel like you've wasted your time. Don't give up. Look at it as a learning experience that'll help you figure out what works best for you. Eventually, you'll have your own steps to stargazing success that's just right for you. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, smash that like button. Click that subscribe button for more content from Texas Dark Skies, and ding that notification bell to get notifications when new videos are posted. Take care of yourselves, and in the words of my favorite personal astrophysicist, keep looking up.